Okay, my friends, I'm on this desmos.com calculator. Short little video I'll make here doing question number 11 from the book from page 131. This is where they want us to use our graphing calculator and then to use that to sketch the graph. So I'm basically going to get to see it here and then sketch it on my own. But we want to, for number 11 through 14, they want us to find the domain and the range of the function. So you can kind of do that based on the graph, and you could also probably check it algebraically as well. So here's what I'm going to do. Number 11, I just want to show you in case you don't know how to use this thing. First of all, when you have the numerator and denominator, you're going to want to use parentheses to get it started. So I got 2x squared. So to do the x squared, you just use this one. It'll square it. There you go. If it was raised to a higher power, you would do a to the b, and then you'd be able to put in what the power is. So it's 2x squared plus 5, and then it's going to be divided by, oops, I'm going to back that up. How do I go back one? There. I want to click outside of that and then divided by, and now I'm in the denominator, and number 11 was x squared. I'm going to start my parentheses. So I'm going to do x squared. Notice how it's graphing as I go. It's kind of cool. X squared minus 4. There you go. So here's my graph. Now I can hide this so I can see the graph better. And now I can zoom around. If you scroll on the mouse, you can zoom up on it, or scroll back and you can zoom back out, or you can use your plus and minus. It's a lot easier to use the mouse wheel. So you can see what is happening here is I have an asymptote, and you can see it's right there at 2. There's one at positive 2 and one at negative 2. If you come back and look at the equation, well, that makes sense, because the denominator is x squared minus 4. So if x was 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 minus 4 is 0. That's undefined. And the same thing would happen if it was negative 2. So it's exactly what you'd expect. You've got your asymptote here at negative 2 and positive 2. And so what is the domain then? Start with the domain. That's the easiest. Remember, the domain is the input. So the domain is all real numbers are allowed. There's no problems except for negative 2 and positive 2. So that's what I would state my domain. Domain x is all real numbers except not equal to negative 2 or positive 2. Now the range can be a little trickier. So the range is what are the y values. So first of all, you can see this graph. You can zoom way up on it and touch it. And I think it will tell you exactly what that point is. There it's negative 1.25. When x is 0, you could solve that algebraically. Put in x for 0 and you get 5 over negative 4. So negative 5/4 y is the greatest it can be, and it'll be y can be less than or equal to negative 5/4, or negative 1.25. It's better to make it as a fraction. So that's your range, because think about it. Y can be, that's the biggest y can be for this part, and then it can be anything down here. It's going to keep going on and on forever. So y is less than or equal to negative 5/4, or on the upside of the graph, I want to say, or y can be, where does this asymptote at? It's right at 2, right? Remember, it's coming closer and closer to 2. So y is never going to equal 2, but it's going to be greater than 2. So there you go. So you have to write it like that. You can look at the back to see. You don't try to write that in all one big long line. You say y is greater than 2, or y is less than or equal to negative 5/4, and then you can sketch that on your graph.